Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to my live video. We are going to get started in just a few minutes as we wait for some people to join. Yes, hello, hello, hello. It is time for Thriving Thursdays. Yay! We are going to get started in just a few seconds. Like I said, we're going to wait for a few people to join this live broadcast. So let me get my thing set up. Hello, 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 hello. Yay, it is Thursday. Thriving Thursday. I guess I'm singing a little bit. I am so excited about this week. It has gone by super fast. I can't believe it's Thursday already. It seemed like it was just Sunday. I do not know what is going on. Is it the end of the year that the days just seem to go by really fast? Or am I just that super busy that I can not remember what day it is? I am not sure what is going on, but 2018 is almost over and we are about to go into 2019. I can't believe it. I totally can't believe it right now. So I am super excited about this Thursday. Yes, I am. I am so excited. I don't know what to do with myself. Why am I excited? I don't know. I don't know why I'm excited. I'm just excited, I guess. So this is uh-oh. Let me do something because I am going let me go back and not do that. How about I not do that? How about that? Okay, so happy Thursday. We are going to go ahead and get started. It is Thriving Thursdays. Yes, it is. And today I am going to talk about unable to clearly see your way. So I wanted to introduce myself before I get started. I am Lakeisha Major and the owner of Journey to Greatness. As you can see on my shirt, I am super excited. And Journey to Greatness inspires people not to just survive, but to thrive. So I come on every week to get myself out my comfort zone because I challenge myself to come live every week. But I come to just give nuggets that you can use in your everyday life. So today we are talking about unable to clearly see your way. Welcome, Melissa. Hello. Unable to clearly see your way. What does that mean? And so I got this idea from, I took my son on a trip on Saturday. We went to see the Liberty versus Norfolk State game in Lynchburg, Virginia. And the game was amazing, to say the least, but it was very foggy at the game, and so you just take it as it is. You can't really see far, but we were close enough that we can see the field. They were shooting firecrackers, but you couldn't really see the firecrackers because it was so foggy outside. So we finished the game and we started driving back home. By this time it is dark outside and you can't see anything because not only is it dark, it's foggy. And so the road that we had to take, there was no lights, no street lights at all. The only lights that you saw were the lights that were on the cars. And because it was so late and it was a road that wasn't traveled very often, we were like the only car out there besides two or maybe two other cars, and then their cars would come or whatever the case might be. And so I was scared. Yeah, I was scared. I was so scared. It was so dark, it was so foggy, and so I said, I'm gonna stay with these cars right here. However fast they go, however slow they go, I'm going to stick with these cars. And I was like, please let these cars go far enough where I'm okay with where I am. And so they continued to drive and we continued to drive. So not only was this path dark, foggy, but it was a curvy road. Like it just kept going in and out. You would go straight and then it go in and out. And I was a nervous wreck. And so I started thinking about on the drive how I was not going to leave this car that was with me. There were some other cars that would come in. I'm like, okay, well, this I'm going to stay with this car. And I said, wait a minute, this car isn't the car that I started with. So let me stay with the car that I started with. And if this other car that decides to come in is going to flow with us, then that's fine. But I don't want this one car that I started with to leave or leave it. And so I decided to stay with the car, and I said, well, if that car leaves, then what will happen is I will just find another car, because I was so scared. I knew where I had left from, and I knew that I was trying to get home, but this road that I was driving on was so scary. I didn't know what to do. So I just continued to follow this car. And so when the car slowed down, I slowed down, but I stayed a little bit behind the car. And so the car got to a certain point and it exited off, and I waved and said, thank you, car, and I left. And well, when the car left, I said, thank you, car. And my son was like, what are you saying? What are you talking to? I was like, I'm talking to the car, because the car got me to this destination that I needed to be at. And so by this time, where the car left off at, I was comfortable because it was a lot more cars. So the path was going from Lynchburg to Charlottesville. And so in Charlottesville, it was more cars, it was more light, and I was okay with that. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll find another car that I could follow along until, I get to the next the next place, or, more light, more cars and stuff like that. And so I became more comfortable. And so I started thinking about when I was driving and not being able to see my way clearly. And what happened? This car that I decided to follow behind. So this is the same thing that I thought about in life. In life, we have our beginning point and we have a goal that we're trying to reach. But we don't always know the path, the direct path that we're going. Life takes us through twists and turns. It's never a straight from A to B straight line. It's always things that come up. And so this drive that I had coming back from Lynchburg, Virginia, reminded me that we always need to have somebody there that's going before us that can help guide us, because some things in life are just scary. The unknown is one thing that a lot of people are afraid of what's going on, is because they can't dictate the next step that's going. It's a walk of faith that you're taking one step after the next. You know where you're trying to get to, but just trying to get there is what can be scary at times. And so R in Thrive, which we do every day, and everything that we do stands for receive guidance. So that car that was in front of me was my guidance that I had to get to my destination. And although I had guidance there, it was still scary. It wasn't like, okay, I can I can just be at ease or anything like that. I was still scared, because even though there was a car there, they were shining their lights and I was shining mine behind them, and I was following them. They sped up, I slowed down. I was still scared because it was foggy, it was dark, and the road was curvy. Like, you just turn just a little bit wrong and you could be over a mountain. I know it's extreme, but these are the kind of things that I think about. You take a wrong direction or a wrong turn or just a slip, anything, and it can be wrong. It can be scary. And so in receiving guidance, that doesn't mean that that everything's all good. That doesn't mean that you're not going to be afraid. That doesn't mean that you're going to be totally comfortable with what's going on. But the thing that is for you is that you have somebody there going with you, that you can follow their steps as they as they lead. They're the leaders and you're following them, but you're still going to your destination. And when it comes a point, you're going to have to leave that person, or that person is going to have to leave you, because they're not going to the same destination that you're going. So that means that you have to seek another mentor. You have to seek guidance from somebody else that can take you from, say, from point B to point C, because point D may be your destination, but each person that you have is going to take you to the next journey. So I made a post earlier this week, and it talks about a shark. And a shark in a fish tank, it says, can only grow to 8 inches. And then, but if you put the same shark into the ocean, they can grow to 8 feet. And so what does that determine? That determines the magnitude. Your environment determines the magnitude in which you're able to grow. And so if I only went to the destination that the car that I was following went to, then that's as far as I could go. I never was able to get to my full goal because I stopped with the guidance that I was following. That guidance couldn't take me any further. But I found another car that I could follow, or another guidance that I could go behind that would take me to point C. So if I just followed that car and stopped at point C, or I continued to follow that car until to where they were going, I'm off of my path. I'm not getting to my destination that I'm destined to go to, because I'm totally following behind somebody else instead of following in my lane until that guidance can take me as far as it can go. And then I gain new guidance and go to new guidance until I finally get to my destination. So when you're receiving guidance, your mentors that you receive won't always be with you the whole time. They can be by your side, but there comes time when you have to reach out for new guidance to take you a little bit further, to take you a little bit higher up your scale. And so in the same thing, you're receiving guidance from someone else, but you're also passing guidance to the cars that were behind you. Because although when I was driving, it seemed like it was only me and this other car that was on the road, it was times that I could look ahead and see red lights. They were far ahead of me, but I could see red lights. And sometimes I'm like, if I could just get to those lights, but I also saw cars behind me. So they might have been far behind, but I could see their headlights. So that meant that they were looking at my lights, my tail lights, for guidance as well. Okay, there's cars ahead of me, and there's cars behind me. So in your journey in life, it might at times feel like you're the only one going down this path. But know and have confidence that there are other people that have been along this path before you, and there are people that are coming behind you. And so it doesn't matter your struggles, your pains, your joys, your hurts. Know that you are not the only one that's has ever traveled down this path and is traveling down this path. So don't be afraid to reach out for guidance. Don't be afraid to follow behind somebody's footsteps to get you to point A, and then when that person can't take you any further, you find somebody else to get you to point C, and then when that person can't take you any further, you find someone else to get you to point D until you get to your destination. And so again, receive the guidance. Go to the people that have been there, that can help you, that can make the path easier for you, that you're not totally afraid. You might have some fears in you, but you're not totally afraid about taking this journey because you have others that are there with you. And so know that I am here with you. I am here. Share your journeys with me. Share the things that are going on, because I am here. I'm here to encourage you. You can always go to my Instagram page, Journey to Greatness 2911. You can stay on my business Facebook page. You can go to my YouTube or any of these things, Periscope. You can go to any of these things to continue to get the motivation, the guidance to keep going forward. But just know that receiving guidance is extremely important, as well as trusting the process. So I didn't speak on trusting the process, but I had to trust where I was going. I had to trust my abilities, and following behind that car, I had to trust my abilities, and knowing that I was going to get to the final destination. As scared as I was, as dark as it was, as curvy as the road might be, I knew that I was going to get there, and I had a little bit more confidence knowing that there was somebody there with me to help guide me. And so this week, as you go through and you think about this lesson of being able to see your way clearly, think about the times that you were going along the path that you were afraid, you were scared, you didn't know what to do, and so you just stopped. Sometimes you just stop because you do not know, but you got lost. Let's say you got lost. You didn't just stop. You got lost because you weren't following the GPS. Maybe the GPS got stuck. You were the only car out there, and you stopped, or you felt like you're the only one. We're going to say car, but you were the only one that you felt was on your journey, and you felt stuck. You didn't know what to do. Think about those times, and think about the times when you get in that situation of who can you call on, who can you follow behind, who is the guidance that is in your life that's helping you go to your next to your next destination, to your next goal, your dreams, your visions, and whatever else is going on in your life. So with that being said, I am going to wrap up Thriving Thursdays. I am so glad that you joined me today and that you heard me talk about unable to see your way clearly and what you need to do when you feel like you can't see your way clearly. When you know the destination or the goal that you're trying to reach, you just don't know how you're going to get there. You have the roadmap, but there's other factors that are coming in that are not preventing you from getting there, but are, weights on your shoulders that are, fears that you might have, questions that you are uncertain about, different directions, or, things like that. I just got lost real quick, but just be there and know that there are people that can guide you. Do not stop. Do not quit. Keep going. We all have a story. We all have a journey that we're trying to go on. We all have goals, and know that there's always people around you to encourage you, to help you, to keep you going. And with that being said, I am about to get out of here because it is football time. Yes, it is football time. I believe the Jaguars and the Titans are playing tonight, so I am super excited about that. And I will see you next Thursday for Thriving Thursday. So hopefully you got at least one thing out of here that you can take into your everyday life and to help you to thrive and not just survive in everything that you do. With that being said, I am out of here. I will talk to you later. Have a great night and a great week. See you next Thursday.